Hi, guys. Welcome to tonight's show, the Baddie Girls podcast. My name's Baddie Me. I'm the host of the show. And today we have a special edition. We have a Christmas edition. It's December, and don't we love December? We are all freezing cold in our houses, and it's the perfect time to watch my show. So, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, follow my Twitch channel. I have all my replays on there if you're watching live. Comment, give me some questions, ask away. I'll be ready for you. So, today's guest is Nita Marie. She is an amazing creator, influencer, coach, mom, just name it. She's everything you can dream of in a really strong, powerful entrepreneur, female entrepreneur. And we are waiting now for her to come live with me. And I'm going to interview her. I'm really super excited to have her on the show. I'm very honored because she's a big name in the industry. She's really well known. She has more than 1 million followers on her socials. And yeah, I'm a big fan of her. And you should be too because she's incredible. So, hi, Nita Marie. Welcome on the show. How are
Hello.
you?
I am great. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am so excited to have you back
Yeah.
after our little tiny little blooper. But you look incredible as always.
Thank
Turn
you.
around,
This
turn
is
around.
Buzz.
Oh my
In the house.
God. So cute and
Gotta tickle the
sexy.
boobs.
Oh, don't we all love that?
Gotta tickle the boobs. Yes.
Yeah. Jingle, jingle.
Jingle, jingle. Jingle, jingle. Right?
Oh, I love it. So
Thank you.
we are December. Can you believe this?
I know.
How
Crazy.
fast does it go?
It is. And Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. So I love December and Christmas.
Yes, me too. And I must say, I would love to be in America with Christmas. Wow, the houses, the decorations, just the atmosphere. Tell me, did you decorate your house?
Yes, it is in the process of being decorated. There's a lot to do. So we got like new snowmen. So we're going to have snowmen on the front. And that's like kind of our theme for the year, snowmen. So it's going to be fun.
Oh my God.
Takes a lot of work, but
yes, it is a lot of work. So how do you cope with being such an amazing, successful businesswoman and combine that in your personal life with the kids, with everything?
oh my gosh. Well, it's not as easy as it might look. There's some days that I feel like I am failing at everything, but then there's other days that I'm like, wow, I'm doing great. So I feel like we as women just have to give ourselves grace when we are like trying to juggle multiple things, because we always tend to look at the things that we're not doing right, that we're not doing enough of. But really, we're all doing the best we can, right? And
Yes.
so we just have to give ourselves grace and not beat ourselves up too much, and to remember that, God is always there to help fill in the gaps when we can't.
That is true.
Right?
That is so true. Amen to that. Absolutely.
Yes.
Did you already do Christmas shopping?
Oh, I started. But my kids' birthdays are also in December. So
oh my God.
It's like, oh yeah. So it's crazy because we have to buy birthday presents and then Christmas presents. And then I'm always like over buying because my one daughter gives me a list of like all these things she wants. And it's hard for me to say no. So I'm always like, oh my God, how many Christmas presents did you get? Because they're definitely getting more than they probably, should. I don't want them to become spoiled brats.
I know. You have girls, I have boys.
Yeah.
And two of my boys also born in December.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, like they were both Christmas presents.
Oh.
Yeah. And
what day? What day were they born?
12 and 18.
Oh, that's perfect. I love
Yes.
that.
Yes, and but it's so close to Christmas, and in my country we celebrate the 6th of December, Saint Nicolas, and this is it's like Santa, but it's called Saint Nicolas or
Oh,
Sinterklaas,
I
and
love that.
yeah, Sinterklaas he comes from Spain,
Yeah.
and he delivers presents to the poor. And
Oh,
he has a horse,
uh-huh.
and we then put our shoe next, like Santa,
Yeah.
and then in the night he comes with a horse, and then they replace the what's it called, the carrot and the whatever we put there, and the cookies and the milk for presents. So it's a very similar
Yes,
story.
it is.
So
Yes.
we have that, and then we have Christmas of the birthday. So it's like,
Does Santa Claus come back then for actual Christmas in
yeah,
Spain? Okay. So the 6th is just to help deliver presents to the poor.
yes,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
that's cool.
It was actually a story from. It was actually a true story,
Yeah.
because it was a Turkish man that felt so bad for the poor kids,
Yeah.
and he would literally do everything.
Oh.
I don't know why they say he comes from Spain in our country, but he's actually from Turkey.
Oh.
And he went to bring the poor kids presents, and
Oh.
that's how it became a tradition in our country.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
So
really
cool.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful story.
Neat. That's
So
beautiful.
now, well, listen, Nita, I am a huge fan of you.
Yay.
I think you're an awesome creator,
Yay.
and you have so many followers. Tell me a bit about yourself to everybody that's listening right now, and how did you came into the world of content creating? What made you do that decision? How did you roll into it?
Yes. Well, I went through a divorce 5 years ago, and I just really personally wanted to rediscover my body and my sexuality because that marriage was not a real healthy sexual marriage. And so I just was in this place of wanting to rediscover myself. And then I started to share some of the pictures on social media, like just Facebook. They were PG, well, maybe PG 13, but
Yeah, yeah.
maybe PG 13. But really just wanting to, share some of these photos that I had taken. And I got a lot of attention for them and thought, well, this is cool because it's actually kind of fun that I'm taking these pictures and then sharing them online and getting some great response. And those great responses just helped my self esteem grow and my
Yes.
self confidence grow. And so then at some point, I realized I needed to make money because I was a single mom at the time and I have another business, but that had not necessarily provided everything I needed because I didn't have the emotional energy to put into it. So I ended up starting my OnlyFans. And I actually had a website before OnlyFans that did really well, seeing how a lot of people could have thought it was a scam, right? Because it was just a website I made myself. And
Yes.
I had lots of people buying videos and subscribing, stuff like that. But that was shut down because it was all powered by PayPal, which obviously doesn't accept adult content, but
No,
I was
no.
trying to get around it. It worked for like a year and a half, which is
Oh,
like a
wow.
miracle. Yeah. It worked
Wow.
for a year and a half. And then all of a sudden, of course, it was gone. So then at that point, I decided to invest in OnlyFans and start my OnlyFans. And it was great because I already had a social media presence and I already
Mhm.
had followers. So I was able to grow maybe a little faster than other people because I wasn't starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Um, and then I was able to continue to grow to the point of having really an amazing success when COVID happened because,
Oh,
of course,
yes.
everyone blew up online when COVID happened because we're all
Yeah.
at home bored, right? So,
Yes.
so that's a little bit about my story.
Oh, wow. That
Yeah.
is that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And don't we all love attention? I'm a little bit similar in the fact that I did my first website in 2008, where the MySpace era came up,
Yes.
and I was really huge on MySpace, but I really never did anything, I didn't thought it through, I
Yeah.
think the world, it wasn't ready yet. The internet wasn't ready.
Right. Yeah.
So
Exactly. Well, they weren't ready for us.
no, they weren't ready. They
Mm,
weren't ready. And
no.
the thing is like when I have the same thing. I like I said, I do art and everything, and I got
Yes.
really big as an artist locally.
Yeah.
But when I wanted to expand globally, I felt like there was not a lot of interest. And like I said, I'm really good with Facebook and social media because
Hmm.
of my previous career, or
Yeah.
I still have that career, but I'm combining it now with the modeling.
Yeah.
But it took me more than a year to get a following of 500 fans on my art.
Yeah.
And on my Facebook, it took me 6 months to have 200,000 followers.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
what am I doing?
Yeah. I know.
It's
I know.
art
And
or
yeah,
modeling.
exactly. Right.
So
So,
yeah, I kind of rolled very similar to your story. I got also rolled into it, and then I got introduced by my friend Arne Karls, and yeah, the decision was made very quickly, and I was like, should I do that? I don't know, but you know what? Let's turn into a baddie. Why not become a baddie?
there's nothing wrong with enjoying your sexuality and sharing it with
Ex-
other people.
exactly.
Yes.
We have been through a lot. We are mature women.
Yes.
We've seen the world. We've dated, and like we previously said, you're coaching too. You
Yeah.
have a life coach, entrepreneurship, and I am starting to study into the sex therapy because I
Yes.
just love it with all the stories we get every day, and I
Uh-huh.
feel like we're helping. We're
Yes.
helping,
Yes. That is something I eventually want to do. I've wanted to do that for a while, but haven't actually gotten the schooling for it. So I would love to also become like a sex therapist. I think that would be a great addition to everything I'm doing. So yay for
Yes,
you.
yes. I can't wait to graduate,
That's
because
so
I'm
good.
super excited for that.
Yeah.
Is that because you have all these fans in the DMs, and we get the craziest requests, and sometimes they're just there for attention, sometimes they're there for advice, or just to tell you that they love you. So tell me like a crazy PG-13 story. What's the
13.
craziest thing or craziest request you got?
Well, I get a lot of requests, of course, for the stepmom thing.
Yeah, me
I
too.
also get a lot of requests for the best friend's mom. Um, and then, I get a lot of just random requests for outfits, which I kind of love to see what outfits really turn some guys on and which ones
Yes.
don't. Like some guys love like black lingerie, black
Yeah.
lingerie with heels and fishnets, where other guys love just completely nude.
Or
Um,
pajamas, even pajamas.
yeah. And then I always think like kind of the weirdest requests are the things about feet, just because
Yes.
I'm not really into my feet. And there's some guys that like, oh my gosh, just show me the soles of your feet. And I'm like, okay, I could do that because hey, it's not even like an intimate part of my body. I can show you the soles of my feet, right? So it's like to me, I've had a lot of like weird requests like that, but I try to stay away from a lot of the requests that have to do with bodily functions because I don't choose to do that too much. Sometimes I will. I mean, there was one guy that requested like a 7-minute fart video.
Oh, wow. No
Yeah,
way.
yeah, it was really funny. I was like, 7-minute fart video. Okay, well, let's see how gassy I can get. And I'm like, I don't know, like what the turn on is about this, but I think it's kind of weird. So I'll do a few of those, but try not to do too many of those either.
Yes. Oh, I totally get you. I turn 50 next year. Don't forget, we're gonna have a big party. Remember?
Yes,
And
big
you have to come to
party.
Spain.
Oh my
But
gosh, it's fun.
we have dated a lot. I've seen a lot of things over the years, and you too. And I still come across things I've never heard of.
Yeah,
And many times I'm like, what is this? Or where did they get it from? Or
yeah,
how can that be a fetish? It
yeah.
bedazzles me like it. I'm literally like mind blown sometimes with the amount of questions and requests and things
I
we
have,
get.
yeah, it is crazy, and I have a lot of guys that do like to be humiliated, which again, I really love giving men an outlet for some of these like weird kinks because I know they might feel, ashamed in other areas to say, "Oh, I really like a woman who can like make me feel like a sissy." You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
might like other people might make fun of them, but when they come onto our OnlyFans pages, we can be like, "Okay, well, let's do a video about this." You know what I mean? Just so that they have that outlet for some of those like kinky fetishes that they might feel insecure about sharing with the normal person.
yeah. I think I have a lot of guys that are really scared to tell their wives,
Yeah,
their true fetish, or they can't express themselves, or they say, oh no, my wife will never understand, and you understand, and this and that. I cannot name any names,
yeah.
but I have a really, really famous rapper following me on my Instagram. Yes.
Ooh, ooh.
I've been quite close friends with him for about a year now. He's in my Snapchat, in my DMs, and he has the craziest fetish of also my feet. And I'm like, and in the beginning, I was like, wow, like you
Yeah, yeah.
loving my feet, like,
That's so funny. I know. It's so
yeah,
it's like that's why I do this because I feel like people need to feel comfortable feeling like sexy in all different ways, and feeling kinky in all different ways. Of course, it has to be consensual. So I'm a big thing on that. And
yeah,
over age, like over 18,
yes,
big
yes,
thing on
yes, yes.
that. And no like real incest, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, I think that if you can truly be free to share some of your kinks and some of your fetishes, then it
Yes,
doesn't feel so much like a stronghold in your life. You don't feel bad about it because
yeah.
you're able to express yourself and not feel shame or guilt or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. There needs to be always a safe place, and some people don't have the fortune to have their soulmate or their life's partner,
Yeah.
to be able to understand, and they're embarrassed or scared. And then I think it's great that we offer these paywall platforms, and we offer that service because we're actually more helping them, to express themselves. That's all we do. We're basically giving them therapy, you know what I mean?
Sex therapy. Sex
So
therapy
yes,
online.
another
Yeah.
question is, do you get what I have? I get it a lot on my social media that they resemble, or is it in English the right word, resemble, like
Yeah.
to with Stifler's mom?
Oh, yeah, that you look like Stifler's mom. You actually look like her probably more than I do, but
Oh, really?
I think so. I mean, I think I kind of look like her for sure, but I could definitely see it for you.
I get it all the time,
Yes, yes,
but I always thought maybe it's the idea because I'm older, but then they say no, you look like her, but we are in the same niche. So
yeah,
I'm sure you get that as well from your fans, because it's the idea, the fantasy,
yeah.
your son's best friend, and
Uh-huh.
and I do role play too, I'm stepmom or my son's best friend's mom or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I actually love role play.
Me too. I
Yeah.
love role playing. I love the whole best friends thing because I think for me at least, being a woman in her 40s, uh, like there is a little bit of a turn on for me to think, oh, like, this 20-year-old guy, 21-year-old guy is like fantasizing about me secretly, like if I did have a son and his best friend was over and he was like secretly looking at my boobs, be like, oh, that's kind of a turn on, And so it is a little bit of a turn on for me too, to think
Yes.
about like the 21-year-old guy, like
It's
getting horny over
flattering.
my boobs. Huh?
It's flattering.
Yeah.
You know that I have boys, so I
Yeah.
tell you a little quick, very fast
Yeah.
story. When they were quite young, but like they were old enough, let's put it that way. And I got love letters in the mailbox.
Oh my gosh.
Anonymous, anonymous. Yes, from friends of the, and I was like,
Oh my gosh, that's
oh
so
my
funny.
God, I can't believe I go through this. And then I had one story I will never forget. And if he's listening right now, he knows that I'm talking about him.
Yeah.
He's actually an amazing young. Well, he's now a young man. He's a father himself. But when
Oh.
he was younger, he was really cheeky, and he was one of my son's best friends. And one day we were in the car, and I picked him up from school with my son. But they were like
Yeah.
mature teenagers, 18. And suddenly he had the balls, like he was always very polite to me. And one day he says, oh my God, Nancy, because my real name's Nancy, he's
Yeah.
like, can you help me with something? I said, yeah, sure, why not? I have some homework to do. I said, really? Yeah, could you come to my house and help me with my homework? And I'm like, why should I, like, I'm sorry, can you not ask your mom? No, because then I can do you on my desk.
Oh my god. You're like,
I was like,
thinking
you
about that.
naughty boy. I couldn't believe he said, like, I will never forget it in my life. We still joke about it because it was a joke. But he had the balls to say that.
Yeah, like it was a joke, but not really a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke, but he just mentioned it really quickly, and I
Yeah.
was literally so in shock, and I was standing there. I was like, "Did you just
That's
say that
so
to me?"
funny. Oh my gosh. Well, and that is the fantasy, right? And it's like so fun because although you wouldn't necessarily do that in real life, even though I don't know if you did, but
Mm.
I'm just gonna assume you didn't. Like
No,
if
no, I didn't. I didn't.
you didn't,
No, no.
like if we do it in this fantasy world, then it's like able to live out their fantasy without really maybe hurting the relationships in your current life. Because I did have actually one of my friends' sons subscribe to my OnlyFans page. And he is over age, so he is like in his
Okay.
20s.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've known him for I think like 7 years or something. And so he messaged me, he's like, hi, this is so son, and I have this fantasy of this, and this. And I was like, I totally like am honored that you came to my page, but I'm just gonna say that you might want to find another MILF that can live out that fantasy because it might be a little weird if I
Yeah.
see you again, because this
Yeah.
is someone that like I'm gonna see again, right?
Yeah.
So I just, just funny.
It is true, because I always say, when you know me, you cannot control it that they subscribe to you. And I
Yeah.
and I have many times that I've been thinking, I think I know who this person is, but I state very clearly, don't even mention you know me, because then for me I shut down. I get really
just
shy.
pretend you don't know me. It'd be better if you just have like a fake name and that's fine.
Yeah, because I'm actually really shy in real life. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean?
Well, it's funny because so many people play these role play games, right? They play like Dungeons and Dragons, or they play these other Minecraft games where they're creating like this whole like fake reality, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So why
Like in the
can't
metaverse.
right, it's in the metaverse. So why can't we do the same thing when it
Exactly.
comes to fantasy sex play? Because
Yeah.
this is a fantasy that they're not able to live out in their own life for whatever reason, right?
Yeah,
To me, it's the same thing. It's just this is a sexual thing versus playing Minecraft or D&D or whatever.
yeah.
So yeah,
But it's a fantasy, you know?
fantasy
It's
world. Yes.
and it will always be like this, will never go.
Yeah.
Even when we are 80-year-old grannies. Up she gone.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, even when we're 80 years old, Nita Marie, I will still go for the role play.
Yes, exactly.
I
So
just love it.
because it keeps our sexuality alive, right? Like
Yeah.
for me, it's like, okay, more reasons to look sexy because we've got some horny men that need a role play.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I
And
look
you know,
sexy for them and for my partner at the same time.
exactly. You know,
Yeah.
what I've noticed, I've been through my menopause.
Yeah.
I've passed it. It was
Oh, wow.
horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible.
Yeah.
I started really early, and it took 5 years of anxiety, depression, no interest in sexuality. You know, like I felt like I was just not into it. And I
Yeah.
was wondering sometimes, I had a younger boyfriend and I was like looking at him. I'm like, how can I not be attracted to that? Look at it. But it's something really like it's like dead inside you. So I understand when a marriage or a man, a husband and wife, they are together for a long time. When the woman goes through this,
Yeah.
I have known many marriages where the woman at that point says to her husband, you know what, let me deal through this menopause, you get a free pass, do your thing, but just
Yeah.
stay loyal. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
So
And
I have a question for you on that.
yes.
So a lot of people would consider someone looking online at, naked women as not being loyal because they're cheating by looking at somebody else online. I personally think it's different because you don't have an actual relationship with them and it's virtual. Like there's no touching, but there is like that energy exchange. However, it's not an actual relationship.
True.
That's my opinion on it. What is your
Yes.
opinion on it?
Yes,
Because
the same. Because I believe you control your own mind. And as long there is no physical touch, yes, you can have an energy exchange. Or I have to admit that sometimes I do, when I speak to a fan and he
yeah,
sends me a really hot picture, I'm like, ooh, wow,
yeah,
I get really into it.
yeah,
But it doesn't mean you're cheating,
yeah,
because you're literally, it's like acting.
yeah,
So it means that when an actor goes and make a movie, does that mean that he is cheating on his wife? No.
right, right,
It's the same thing. It's like I see myself, okay, my real name's Nancy. My brand, my act is Baddie Me. So when I'm Baddie Me, I'm acting, I'm creating, I am being my alter ego. I'm being like a different person. And
yeah,
I am in this connection where I zoom out. But that's not the real me,
yeah.
because you have emotions in it, but it's not with your heart.
Yes, and that's the difference between actually having an affair and just
Yes.
looking online to, get off and have an orgasm. It's like
Yeah.
that orgasm's going to be gone in
Yeah.
whatever, right? A
Yeah.
couple minutes. And then you're going to have the relationship of with the person that you love. Now, if the person that you love is wanting your attention that way and is wanting you to be sexual with them and you're not being sexual with them, for whatever reason, and you're only being sexual with your online people, then there are, I think, additional problems in the
Yes.
relationship because really, you should be able to be sexual with both. You should be able to be sexual with your partner if she wants that,
Yeah.
and other people if you want that. That's my personal opinion, but who am I to say? Because, relationships are complicated. There's so many different factors that go into everything. I don't think
Absolutely.
there is a black and white thing that you have to say, this is the only way to do it,
Yeah.
because that's when, things start to kind of have issues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. It also it really depends on your partner that you're with.
Yeah.
If the man or woman, because it can be for both ways, is not understanding, or they are not in that type of business or industry, it can create complications.
Yes.
But if they understand it and they know, and you secure them and
Right.
tell them, listen, this is strictly business, then so be it. You're just you're acting, but okay, you have real feelings. But like you said, an orgasm is an orgasm. It's
It
just
goes away in like a few seconds, and then you're with the person that you were with, right?
exactly.
And
It's
it's like
no feelings,
nothing attached to it at
no,
all.
nothing
Right.
attached. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally agree with you. But there are a lot of narrow-minded people.
Right.
And yeah, like for example, just to give you a little idea quickly on the narrow-minded people, when I have viral videos, we're going now into the cyberbullying. When I dress a certain way for my age, I got cyberbullied so badly
Oh,
because I'm 49 years old and I'm wearing yoga pants, and I should not be wearing it because young girls only wear it. Why?
oh
you
my
know
gosh, that's so silly.
and this comes from women.
Right.
Women
Yeah.
should support women
Yes.
and not be against each other. But these type of women are really narrow-minded, probably all jealous. And yeah, I am not a skinny girl, but I'm not a fat girl either. And they call me a pig, fat, just to insult you. And
Yeah, it's
then
terrible.
yes, it's that type of people that totally will never think like that. They are really close-minded, and they call us whores and stuff like that. While this is totally not true,
So
but
I
this
get
is just
well, yeah, I was gonna say, I just want to inspire anyone who's watching this that might be wanting to be hateful towards online models and online
yes.
sex workers, is let your inner whore come out. Let your inner slut come out. We all have this, right? Even if you don't have big boobs, we all have our inner whore. And
I
so,
love
like,
that. I love that. Yes, it's true, because I mean, you don't know what happens when the doors are closed. They might
yeah,
be the baddest of them all.
yeah, yeah. And so it's okay. Embrace your inner slut. Your husband will love you for it.
Yeah.
Try something kinky in the bedroom that you've never tried before. Be willing to explore your body like you've never explored before, and find out what turns you on. Because I can almost guarantee you, if you are in a loving relationship, which I know there are relationships that are not loving, but if you're in a loving relationship, your husband will be turned on by that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
100%. I found this an amazing topic, and I love to talk about this type of topics. So we should definitely do
Another
another
one. I
another one.
know, because we're
I'm
running out of
going to. Do
time.
you have a hot tub?
No, not yet. I want to get one.
I was with Bikini Brittany last
Yeah.
week,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "Oh my God, I love it!" And she was praising you so much. We all love
Oh,
you. We all
oh,
love
so
you.
sweet.
And we would love to do like a bigger podcast where we have a couple creators together.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll go in my hot tub, you go in your hot tub, and we'll
Oh
just
yeah.
do a podcast in each other's,
Oh yeah. I think that's a great idea. I could be
in
in
the
the
bikini.
bathtub. I could be in the
Yeah,
bathtub.
that could work.
Yep. We could do a hot tub bathtub podcast when we're all, hanging out in our hot tub bathtubs.
Yes, exactly. We're wearing the bikinis. We're
Yeah.
safe. We're safe. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a great idea. I would love to be on again and talk about these topics, because I will certainly share our podcasts, on social media. So thank
yes,
you.
yes, yes, yes. I have a couple questions, quick questions still
Okay.
to close this podcast regarding to Christmas. So,
Okay.
I wanted to ask you, if you sit on Santa's lap, is he going to say you have been a good girl or a bad girl?
Oh my gosh.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one. I would say you've been a good, no, you've been a
Ah, I got you.
naughty good girl. You've been a naughty good girl.
A naughty good
You've been a
girl.
naughty good girl. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what you would
good.
say.
That's amazing. I would say the same thing. Do you have a Christmas wish list for your fans?
I wish that all my fans would have as much love in their heart as my boobs are big.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here.
Right?
So,
That's my Christmas wish.
yes. Then, two more questions. What was your New Year's resolution of last year, and did you make it happen?
Yes, my New Year's resolution was to have closer, deeper friendships with other women. And that has happened. Yes. Yes. So that has happened. So super grateful for that.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
What is your resolution for 2023?
My resolution for 2023 is to give back to my community here in Colorado through being a service to just lonely people that don't get a lot of interaction with our animals that we're having. So we're opening up an animal sanctuary
Oh, wow.
in Colorado. I know.
That's
It's so
amazing.
excited. Yeah. So I want to bring joy to other people, not just with my boobs, even though this does bring joy, with my animals. So.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
I have 11 animals.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I have 10 cats.
Oh my gosh.
And one dog. I have like 16 fishes, 2
Oh,
frogs. My hedgehog
oh,
disappeared. Yeah, so I think he got killed by the road. But
oh,
yeah, they're all rescue.
oh, see,
If
so
I
I
if
knew
I
I
could
liked you for a
afford,
reason.
yes, if
Yeah,
I could afford more, I would have more
yeah,
animals coming in.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the last 2 days have been a little bit of a crisis in my house because one of my cats had a fight with a street cat. He got injured, really bad infection, abscess, just name it. He's been really sick, poorly, and he catch something, and now
Yeah.
he's passing it on the other one. So
Oh
it's
no.
my vet bill is going
Oh
high
my
to the
gosh.
roof.
Yeah, you need to start a business so people can sponsor you and give money to you for your
Yeah,
rescue.
I have been thinking of setting up a
Yeah,
GoFund, and some
for
of
your
my fans know that if you subscribe to my platforms, some of the money goes to my animals,
Oh
you know.
good.
So
Okay. That's
because yeah,
awesome.
it's an expensive cost every
Yeah,
month.
it is. Yeah. And so I think it's good to let people know that. So
Yeah, I
that's
should
great.
actually because I don't really talk a lot about it.
You should. Yeah,
I
because
should.
there's plenty of animal lovers out there, right? That want to
Yeah,
help a good cause. So I think
yes.
you should.
Yeah, that is actually very true, very true.
Mm-hmm.
So I just love animals. So that's amazing. So
Yeah.
your other resolution is come to Spain.
Yes, I would love to come to Spain. My girls want to come to Spain. We just got to make sure all is safe and well before we come over there. But
I have
yeah,
room. I have room.
you
I
have
have
room. I
I
love
have a
it.
down floor with an apartment, so you
Uh-huh.
can always stay.
Oh, I love it. Well, that's definitely on my list, and you're welcome to come to the US as well.
Oh my God, I would love to.
Yes, so I can show you around the property and Colorado and all that stuff.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yes.
Yes, let's make it happen next year.
I think we should. One of us, either you come here, I come there.
Yes.
That would be great. I would love for you to come and see our animal sanctuary and
Oh wow. Oh
be a
my
part
God.
of it. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it, Nita Marie. Thank
Yes.
you for coming onto the show.
Yes. Thank you.
I
Thank you
really
for having
had
me.
Hmm?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. You just send me a message and you're like, hey, I've got some
Yeah.
time for you. And let's
Yes.
do it again.
Let's do it again in like 3 weeks. Let's do it again.
Okay.
For
Okay.
January.
And then yeah, we can maybe dress up in some glamour
New
for
Year's,
New Year.
New Year's gold clothes.
Yes,
Yeah.
gold and bling and glitter and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hold you to it. Have a
Okay.
lovely day, Nita Marie.
you.
Thank you so much.
Mwah.
Big
Merry
kiss.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yay!
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Baddie Girls.